Hey, what is going on, guys? GM Galaxy back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Chevy Avalanche. It was in production from 2002 to 2013, but its legacy lasts to this day, and we're going to go over why, not just from an engine standpoint, but also from a design and utility. The Chevy Avalanche was a game changer and innovative pickup that doesn't get enough credit. So again, the historic popularity of these vehicles for the late 90s and 2000s might not have been there, but in the early 2000s, Chevy decided to bring out a vehicle aimed at something where some people would consider a hybrid between an SUV and a pickup, a true sport utility truck. So first appearing in production, like I said, with a concept in 2000, it made its production debut in 2001 for the 2002 model year. It was based on the same GMT 800 platform that underpinned the Silverado, the Tahoe, and the Suburban SUVs. And on the outside, it basically looked like a hybrid between a Silverado and a Tahoe, like I said. So again, having that pickup truck bed, but having more of a design style language of the Suburban and the Tahoe, with 4 full-size doors, a shorter pickup bed with angular supports connecting the bed to the cab, which in my opinion is one of the things that lasts to this day. As we saw the Chevy Silverado 1500 EV pickup, I would say it looks more like this Avalanche pickup than even the existing 1500 Silverados. So again, it was definitely ahead of its time in terms of that style and design language, which is why I think Chevy decided to bring it back. And either you could get it as a half-ton or 3/4-ton truck powered by the 5.3 liter V8, while the 2500 could be had with the 8.1 liter V8 in some iterations. Both versions could be spec'd with either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, along with the optional Z71 package for those looking for a little bit more of an off-road capability. But what truly set GM and their Avalanche pickup truck apart was their converter cab known as the midgate. So a lot of you guys probably don't know this. You could fold down the Avalanche's rear seat in the rear window, expanding the effective bed length to equal size as a full-size long bed pickup truck, which is obviously, like I said, not available in many options, even of the 1500s at the time. So again, that's another feature that we saw in the new version of the Silverado, the EV, the electric one. You can obviously take down the seats at the back and extend the bed even further. But the fact that we saw this nearly 25 years ago, again shows how ahead of its time it was for a lot of different reasons, design wise and also functionality and utility wise. So again, it was designed for work and fun. Whether for work or play, it helped make the Avalanche one of the most versatile vehicles you could buy. It could carry a family in comfort, along with a modest rear bed for more of your outdoor gear, or it could haul a surprisingly pretty big load with that extended version. The innovative design helped win both the public and automotive press awards, and critics' opinions were mixed at the time, with some of the plastic body cladding on it. But again, it was a little bit of a polarizing new design, but in my opinion was definitely a good choice. And another interesting fact about the Avalanche is that it was only modern Chevy pickup, one of the only ones not to be offered as a GMC. It was, however, offered as a Cadillac version with the Cadillac EXT, and we currently have a second-gen EXT available, probably as a pickup truck coming as well. Those are some of the discussions we've been seeing, but again, for a 20-year legacy, it's been definitely quite the truck. So now let's get right into it. In 2001, like I said, at the height of the SUV boom, the Ford Explorer sold a staggering nearly 500k units around that time. And again, like the Tahoe, the Ford Explorer, and the GMC Yukons were doing quite well, and not including the GMC Yukons, we were seeing a lot of sales there. So GM wanted to do something a little bit different, and what they decided to do was take the back off to make this bed. And key to the new vehicle's formula was this converter cab concept, featuring the innovative midgate. This foldable steel bulkhead allowed the bed in the cargo area to expand into passenger compartments, allowing you to bring essentially 4x8 sheets of plywood enclosed in a smaller, more maneuverable package than the traditional crew cab long bed truck. The Avalanche also looks likely to draw a little bit more of a sporty utility vehicle, which was sort of its branding at the time. And starting in 2002, like I said, it was available from $30,000 to $34,000, depending on which you got in from the all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. It had the 5.3-liter Vortec V8 and 4-speed automatic transmission, and again later introduced the 2500 series model with the 8.1 V8, like I said, which made 340 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque, made it to the 4L80E transmission and a North Face edition for the 1500 model, which came in this unique green color. In 2003, a cleaner, more conventionally style option in the WBH package was available, so without the body hardware. It gave the Avalanche a similar appearance to the same year Silverado pickups. One of the smaller complaints, like I said, was that plastic finishing and cladding. So again, if you wanted a little bit more modernization, they brought that in 2003. Additional enhancements included dual stage airbags, multi-zone climate control, steering wheel mounted radio controls, adjustable panels, satellite radio, so a few more interior options as well. This year was the highest level of sales with nearly 100,000 models sold, so quite impressive that in the beginning they tweaked the model a little bit. It entered the market. People noticed that, hey, after a year or so, I'm like, wow, damn, this is a pretty nice vehicle to get. It's innovative. It gets the job done just like the existing 1500. It looks a little bit more modern. It's unique. I like it. 2004, Hydro Boost brakes were made standard on all the 1500 models. 2500 models offered exclusively in four-wheel drive with an additional few extra colors like dark blue, sunset orange, silver birch, and sport red metallic. 2005, OnStar was made standard on all the models, a chrome exterior package available on LS models, and some revised interior trim finishing. Also a standard 3.42 rear axle ratio on all 1500 models. Homelink programmable transmitter was also offered as an option, as well as a few extra colors. So again, minor tweaks along the way in the first 4 or 5 years here, but still, like I said, the sales were doing quite well in the beginning. And the last year for the 2500 model year was 2006. Gets revised extendable outside rear view mirrors, OnStar and XM satellite radios into one signal unit, but they just stuck to the 1500 model as it was selling much more to focus on from 2007 onward. And in 2007, we got the official second generation of the Avalanche. It was based on GM's GMT 900 truck platform, debuted at the Chicago Auto Show in February of 2006. Unpopular lower body cladding of the first was eliminated fully. So again, it cleaned up it even further, styling to make it even more similar to that of the design language on the exterior to the new Tahoe and Suburban at the time. This Avalanche is exclusively being offered at this time with a half-ton model with a choice of either the 5.3-liter engine with 320 horsepower and a 6-liter V8, which is again 366 horsepower. 2008 obviously was a little bit difficult of a time for all automakers and all consumer providers given this difficult economic conditions. Who knows what would have happened if they did it a little bit earlier and or later. Like I said, the fact that they sold so many units in the beginning when things were a little bit more normal shows that there was a demand for this vehicle. But again, some wider impacts made it a little tough. Head side curtain impact airbags and a few extra blue granite colors and deep ruby metallic were added in 2008. 2009, we saw a 6-speed automatic transmission replacing the 4-speed, with two-wheel drive models getting an optional 3.08 fuel-saving rear axle ratio. LTZ models got a 20-inch wheel style, which was also a pretty cool touch. You got some bigger rims, which again, a lot of people, it's not all about utility. The truck was a little bit innovative in the styling. It looked cool, so that was definitely something people liked. Heated and cooled 12-way power seats, so again, a little bit more luxury. OnStar 8.0 rear backup camera already, and a couple extra colors, diamond tricoat and inferno orange. 2010, we saw that 6-liter Vortec V8 being dropped out of the lineup, leaving that 5.3-liter engine as the sole option there. We got two more colors, taupe gray metallic, sheer silver metallic, along with actually another couple, silver birch metallic and gray stone. So again, we saw a bunch of innovations and additions to the interior and exterior to add little touches throughout the years. Like I said, backup camera inside, OnStar, as well as a plethora of different colors. In 2011, we saw single-speed transfer cases become standard on all models except the LTZ, which got standard 2-speed transfer cases. A USB import was also added inside in the center console to allow you to play music through the sound system all the way back in 2011, as well as charging your portable devices. A few more colors, steel green, mocha steel, inferno orange, laser blue, and black granite, as you guys are seeing throughout the video, were added to the color palette as well. 2012, the penultimate year, the hard drive navigation was offered with AM, FM, and XM stereo, CD player, USB port, time shift recording capability, and available weather service through Sirius. Also, we saw leather-wrapped heated steering wheel made standard on LTZ models. Heated seats are standard on LT models. So again, some more interior buffs. GM announced that in 2013 it will be the last model year, unfortunately. And again, from its one-time high of almost 100,000 units sold per year, by 2011, the sales did drop to about 20,000. Again, that's not all their fault. It's not anyone's fault. The economy is doing difficult. I think it was a multitude of factors there. And then lastly, but not least, like I said, the legacy of the Chevy Avalanche lives on to this day. The final year, like I said, we saw a black diamond edition of the vehicle. And that was sort of the send-off. But like I said, it's a lasting innovation that I think doesn't really get enough credit. The legacy is still to this day appreciated. Obviously, they took one of their most modernized vehicles, this fully electric 1500 Silverado. They took essentially the same type of wrapping around that truck bed with those bars and the styling as the Avalanche, not to mention that extendable bed, which again is also an innovation they did nearly 10, 15, 20 years ago, which shows how impressive it is. And again, a lot of people do use pickup trucks. It's not just those who go off-road or just functional. A lot of people are starting to realize that they can get more luxurious, they can get a little bit more stylish, they can look pretty good, pretty beautiful inside and out, while still being able to functionally get the job done, whether you need to pack that plywood in the back or go a little off-road with that extra package. It was definitely all offered with the Chevy Avalanche, and going over this history and evolution really outlines that.